Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel for the 12th and final war of Season 45, and today we have a matchup against our good friends in For Loki. So much is on the line today in this war. The winner is guaranteed a finish in Masters, and the loser needs some help to get in. So a lot on the line. Chavez, Sandman, and Archangel are going to be carrying me through the map today. A deathless season for me personally is also on the line today, so a very, very important war all around. Going to be starting off today on path number 8. We have a rank 3 TERRAX on node 8. Going to go in here with Chavez. So whenever he has the rock field up in this fight, we're going to be backing off and kind of waiting it out. And the reason for that is that the fury buffs that he's going to be getting from the snowballing node are going to be increasing that rock field damage. So we really want to conserve as much of our health as possible. Other than that, we're playing standard Chavez way. We're going to be building up our dimensions one by one and then launching the special 2 with the Utopian Parallel, which is the orange one there. The cruelty buff and the fury buffs are also going to be increasing our damage output quite a bit. Chavez's damage increases per unique buff on the defender. So right now he's got, not the fury, that indestructible one, and then he's got the cruelty up sometimes. So we've waited out most of that rock field, going to fire off the special 2. It does a whole bunch of damage here, and now we are very much in control of this fight. Going to be again building up our dimensions one by one, starting with the negative zone. We're going to cancel from the dark dimension into the striker, and then that lets us start a new combo and cancel back into Utopian Parallel. So now we've got, in 2 combos, we've got all 3 of our dimensions back up, and a special 1 finishes off the fight. Alright, next up we have a Nimrod here on node 17. This is a pretty standard Chavez fight. We're just going to be playing normal Chavez way. Couple things to be a little bit maybe concerned of here is really, his damage is going to be increasing from both the snowballing and personal space nodes. The real danger here is the power drain that he's going to get, or he's going to place on us. So we have to be really careful about making sure that we manage our power appropriately. The Mystic Dispersion is really going to take care of a lot of that, as you're going to see here. So we've got the drain active on us, but we're getting so much extra power from the special 1, from his armor ups and his furies ending, that it's just carrying us all the way up to that special 2. So we're going to be baiting out this special 2 here, and then we're going to be above 2 bars of power, I think, shortly afterward. We have to wait out that special lock that he places on us here, and then we're going to special intercept into the special 2. Not enough power to wait until the negative zone is up, so that could have been a little bit more damage here, but I'll take it just the same. Healing up from that cowardice debuff, and we end up at a gold bar for that fight. Alright, up in section 2, we are on path 8 still. We have a MANGOG here, rank 2 MANGOG on 26. Gonna go in here with Sandman. This is probably my best Sandman fight of the season. Of course, it came in the final war of the season, right? We use the APB because I want to get the decelerates up as quickly as possible. The withers from the tactic are going to take care of his passive power gain, so we don't really need to use the special 1 and get the petrifies up. The decelerates are much more important here, both from the defense tactic and because if he triggers that that hatred or whatever it's called, he gets that unstoppable buff. We want to prevent that for sure. Our heavy burst cycle there did a ton of damage, and he's sitting at about half health here. We are already set up for our next combo here. So you notice we are doing 4-hit combos to avoid giving him additional hatred. So I had to kind of adjust my cadence here to make sure that we still launch that special 2 at 9 resistance up. So bait out the special 1, punish it with a medium, and immediately start our heavy charge, and our second burst phase I think takes him down to 1%. So, and he's like super close to death, so like one more combo here, one more hit or 2 ends up finishing the fight. So really clean Sandman fight for sure. Alright, moving on, we have a Hulkling on node 35. Taken this fight maybe 2 or 3 times earlier this season with Chavez. Very comfortable with it now. I like to invuln in this fight just in case he is uncooperative and builds up to that special 3, or if I'm in the corner I need to kind of like panic push him to the special 3 as well. And we will need the invuln here, as you will see. So again, recapping kind of how you take this fight with Chavez, you want to keep at least 2 copies of the negative zone, two stacks, not copies, 2 stacks of the negative zone active as much as possible, and that's going to take care of all of the power gain that he's going to get from Rich Get Richer. And then from there, you really just want to heavy cancel into the special 2 for big damage here. I do a really good job, as I recall in this fight, of making sure that I launch my special 2 outside of his indestructible. So we did lose, I think, 1 or 2 hits there on that specific SP2, but other than that, we do a pretty good job here. Our basic hits here are doing a ton of damage there. Here we go, our second special 2 takes him down to near death, and here is where I notice I've lost my negative zone because I've been focusing so much on the special 2s. So I'm trying to bait out the specials from him, but he's getting a ton of power. This heavy gives us 1 negative zone, but it's not going to be enough, and he actually is going to get his special 3 here, which is fine because we haven't taken a hit, so this is going to deal 0 damage, and more importantly, it's going to push us to our special 3 and allow us essentially to finish the fight here with our special 3 of ourselves. Of our own, not of ourselves. So there we go. The indestructible is not active, so we can just basically fire this off, and it does the remaining 20+% damage and finishes the fight. That's why we invuln. Okay, my last fight of the war and of Season 45. It could end no other way than against Void here. We're going to go in here with Archangel. So there's a bit of unavoidable damage in this fight from the 1 too many hits node. So you can choose to either just tank the Power Sting damage, or you can let the debuff apply, and it's going to deal damage to you because that's what Void does. I am curious which of those options is more damage. I didn't want to risk the Power Sting, so you'll see me just hold all of my specials and rely completely on my damage over time and my neurotoxins to win the day here. So you know, keeping those neurotoxins up is the most important thing here because that is going to prevent the majority of his debuffs from applying, so you don't really have to combo count as much as you normally would in a Void fight. And then once we get to that special 3, I think that's going to stop the Power Stings completely. So again, you know, we're taking a bunch of damage at the start of the fight. We did take a couple hits from a combo there, but that's just the way it is. So looks like one of his debuffs managed to sneak through, but it doesn't really matter. We are about to end the fight here with 1 more heavy. There we go. Void down, war over, season over. And unfortunately, we did not go on to win this one, but a huge shout out to Forloki. Again, some of my favorite people in that alliance. This was a really, really close war. It was 2-1, and we had people map watching for the majority of the attack phase. So really, really close. Came down to the last couple of fights there. But again, big respect to Forloki for taking the victory, and we're going to need some help to get into the last master spot here. So 5 kills, 0 deaths. That is a deathless season for me. I think that's my 5th one since joining Tier 1/SSX, and our final record for the season is going to end up at 6-6. So I'll talk about it more in the season recap video, but this has been, statistically speaking, the best season in SSX history. And if we end up in Platinum 1, or even if we squeak into Masters, I mean, there's a big difference between those two things. So we'll see how the leaderboard shakes up. Folks, look forward to that video in the next day or two, and if you enjoyed this video and the other war videos, please let me know by leaving me a comment below and making sure to hit that like button. And as always, thank you very much for watching. See you again next time.